10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Sax Interpretations, with all saxophone performers. Featuring Courtney Fadlin, Sheldon Palmer, Tony Smith, David Byass, Dan St. Marseille, Kadrian Thomas, and Leighton Kennedy. With our host, Stacy Campbell Marshall and Delroy Souden.
Well, good evening and welcome to another edition. This is our third edition of Sax Interpretations. I am Delroy Souden with my lovely co-host,
Stacy Campbell Marshall, hailing from Nassau, Bahamas. Good evening, everyone, and welcome.
Welcome indeed. Welcome indeed. Well, before we get started with the program, we're going to have Dr. Colwick Wilson. He will give us a word of prayer. Dr. Wilson.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's bow our heads for prayer. Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for this musical expression of your love and of your grace. Sax interpretation allows us to relax in your presence. We are confident that as you have worked with each of the individuals who will share their talents with us this evening, that we all will be blessed as we sit back and listen. We thank you. We praise you for this experience this evening. But we pray in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Wilson.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Wilson.
Welcome.
And we'll be getting started this evening. We're heading down to, I should say over to China. Kadrian Thomas is joining us. And I find it fascinating that it's already another day there in China. It's actually Sunday morning. And Kadrian, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm wonderful.
Good. Thank you for getting up very... Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for getting up early to join us. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So I was reading over your bio and I thought it's so interesting that you had never even heard of a saxophone until your college years at NCU, Northern Caribbean University. Tell me about that.
Correct. Well, I grew up very humbly. So I wasn't exposed to a lot of things, in the country and all of that. So singing that part in church and so on, I was used to. But then country churches don't usually have instruments like that, Pianos and keyboards, yes, but saxophones, no. And so it was when I went to NCU that I really was exposed to what a saxophone is. So, yeah.
Good. And who was it that introduced you? It was somebody very special.
Actually, it was as a result of coming in contact with the music department. And then I started to hear, and then it just took off from there. I just fell in love because there was like a band and so on. And then the instrument was just so melodious. And then I started hearing about Kenny G and so on. And that was where the journey started.
And so it was someone very special that actually gifted you your first saxophone, though. That's what it is. All right. So tell us about him.
Yes. So after starting NCU, I went abroad to do colporting, of course, to support my way through NCU. And I met this gentleman who became like a father to me. And he was a lover of Kenny G. He had all the albums for Kenny G. And so on one of my trips to the States, he bought me a present in that of a saxophone that Christmas. And he had it waiting for me before I even landed in the States. It was there waiting. And that was where actually I started my journey. Because before that, I had to borrow from the music department at NCU, which they allowed us to as students at the time.
Great. So you live in China with your family and you are just ministering for the Lord.
Well, actually, I'm an ESL teacher here.
Oh,
you're teaching. I'm an ESL teacher here. My wife and I. Correct. So moving here for better opportunities, if you may put it that way.
Great. Are you teaching at all any saxophone? Are you playing anywhere there?
Well, it's different here in China,
Okay.
Religiously speaking and otherwise. But I have my YouTube channel that I do more of a sax coaching kind style of videos. So that's what I do in terms of that. And then I participate with online events like this one, of course.
Okay, so wonderful. Good.
That.
Well, we look forward to hearing you tonight. I want to let everyone know that they can read more about you at KadrianThomas.com. You can go to his website, KadrianThomas.com. And if you want to bless him with a gift, you can cash app him at hashtag Christian Aft. Okay, so Kristen Aft. Hashtag Kristen Aft. And make sure you hit him up on his website, KadrianThomas.com. Okay, we look forward to your music tonight, Kadrian. Thank you for joining us, and thanks for getting up early.
My pleasure.
It's absolutely free for you to like, subscribe, and connect with Courtney Fadlin on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Grab your device and like Courtney's Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, and connect with him on Instagram. Do it now and have your friends do it too.
People want your testimony, but they don't want your test. Sometimes crisis hits your life like a wrecking ball, destroying everything in its path. We can't avoid tragedies, but we can flip the script. We can become the wrecking ball that shatters every barrier. So what is holding you back? Is it fear, anxiety, sickness, opposition? Life is a battle, and these pages provide you with battle-tested principles, allowing you to excel in the fight against adversity. I wrote this book with you in mind, so get your copy today. Battle-tested, breaking through challenges to build your best life now. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and wherever books are sold.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sax Interpretations. And we'd like to thank Kadrian Thomas, all the way from China, for ministering through music this evening. And we're back with Dr. Wilson from Oakwood University, my beloved Oakwood University. And thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful experience.
And thanks for our prayer this evening. So I just want to ask a few questions about Oakwood. I mean, I know a lot of people are wondering how Oakwood is adjusting in this COVID-19 environment. I know there's so many things that are going on. How's Oakwood doing?
Well, Oakwood, like so many of us, is responding as best we could to this very challenging and difficult time. It is clear that we understand the challenges we face. And one of the things that we are doing is constantly updating our strategies to cope effectively with this pandemic. And so right now we're expecting our students to return to campus as of early August. However, students have the choice to continue their education remotely. Remotely can include where they live, wherever they want to be, with their parents' permission, of course, and or they could be on campus, but they have that option of learning remotely and also to learn on campus, face to face, following all of CDC guidelines as we try to best cope with this situation.
Okay, well, that's very, very good news. So I was a part of the music program when I attended Oakwood. I was blessed to sing in the Aeolians under Dr. Ricky Little. I also was part of Positive Images, which was the recruitment singing group at the time under Dr. Trevor Frazier. So I know that Oakwood has such a rich history when it comes to music and has an amazing music program. So, tonight with all these talented musicians, it's only natural that Oakwood, be a part of this. And we're so glad that you're here with us. Also, I wanted you to tell us about the CARE program at Oakwood. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
The CARE program, actually, the CARE program was, let me just acknowledge what you said about Oakwood's music program. And I'm glad to know that you are one of our heritage singers.
Yeah.
In terms of the Aeolians. And look, the Aeolians and all of the musical groups are doing really well. And it's very clear that Oakwood is blessed with rich music.
Mm-hmm.
The things that we did prior to the pandemic was to develop the CARE program. The CARE program is a work-related program where students are able to participate and graduate in 4 years with low to no debt.
All right.
And it's a fascinating program that we developed, not understanding that the pandemic was coming.
Okay.
So we recognize that financial hardship is a major reason for students who stop out. They stop coming to school not because they're dropping out, but they're trying to cope and trying to make the best of their circumstances. So the career program allows them to graduate on time with little to no debt, less than $10,000 over 4 years.
Amen. That is a blessing indeed. So how do people find out who want to read more about Oakwood University, how they can get there? You know, there are a lot of people out there who are like, well, can I make this happen? Where do they go to read more?
Well, if you go to Oakwood University online, you will find all of the information on the CARE program. And if you're interested in any question, there are links there, the information for you to just connect with us. And also you can connect with me at cmwilson@oakwood.edu.
Wait, we get a personal email here. Come on now.
Yeah, cmwilson@oakwood.edu. And I will answer your questions directly and personally.
All right. Dr. Wilson, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening. Like I said, I love Oakwood University. Oakwood is notorious for, you know, putting out some of the finest music in the world. I'm so proud of Oakwood University. And we pray and wish the best for Oakwood as you all navigate this new normal in education in this upcoming school year. So thank you for your time and God bless you.
Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thanks. Delroy. Delroy, I'm not hearing you. Maybe we're having a little technical difficulties.
All right, you should be able to hear me now.
Now I hear you.
All right. Yes. Before I introduce our next performer, Stacy, we have a couple of trivia questions. We have some giveaways that we're going to be doing on today's program. And Stacy, would you mind just telling people about the rules of the?
Okay, so we've got some trivia rules. We love giveaways, but you know we have to have some rules so it ends up fair for everybody. Yes. So if you're out there, your answers have to be submitted by a post, either on Fadlin the Sax Man, his Facebook page, or Courtney Fadlin on YouTube, okay? The first correct answer wins unless otherwise specified. And the winner's post display on the screen, okay? Winners should make a donation of $5 to Courtney Fadlin to cover the cost of shipping their prizes, okay? And the winner needs to send their contact information to fadlin.giveaway@gmail.com. So we're so excited to be able to have some fun giveaways tonight. You can check out the rules on Courtney's Facebook page. So remember, that's Fadlin the Sax Man, that's where you can answer, or Courtney Fadlin on YouTube. All right, so let's have some fun tonight. We're going to give away some great things.
Awesome. And we have a book giveaway today. The author is Dr. Paula Oliver, and she's also a pastor.
Yes, she is.
Yes, you may have seen the promo that we played just now. Yeah, I'm sure you saw the promo. We have 2 books. Each winner receive a book, okay? The first correct answer will win. The question is, what is the title of Dr. Palmer's book? Dr. Oliver Palmer's book. Do you remember the title of the book? And the first correct answer will win. What kind of ball does Dr. Palmer's book talk about?
All right. So you all got that. What's the name of the book? And then she talks about a ball. What kind of ball is it? All right. So you all check them out. Fadlin the Sax Man. And then also Courtney Fadlin's YouTube page. We're going to find out who are those first people to post the answers, and you will win that book. Okay. So who do we have coming up next, Delroy?
All right. Up next, I have my dear friend, Tony Smith. Yeah.
Delroy, what is up, brother?
Man, listen, I am so good that you're here. So happy to see you after months of not seeing you. And by the way, Tony and I go back quite a ways. We were both, well, I was a host in WFDU, which is where Tony still is after what, 20 years, Tony?
About 20 years, yes, sir.
Man, that's a long time. And if you guys are just getting a chance to hear Tony Smith play, you're in for a treat. He is an accomplished saxophonist with over 40 years of providing this beautiful music to us, okay? And he was also a teacher for 3 years at the Roberta Flack School of Music in the Bronx. That's in New York City. He currently runs his own multimedia business as a sound engineer and consultant. And he's also a music DJ. He does so much. And we're so happy to have Tony here with us this evening. And you can follow him on Facebook, Tony Smith on Sax. That's facebook.com, Tony Smith and Sax. He's also on YouTube, Tony Smith and Sax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my dear friend, Mr. Tony Smith.
Thank you, Delroy.
You're welcome, bro. Oh, yes. The awesome sound of my friend Tony Smith.
Thank you,
That one is
Delroy.
called awesome. Man, it's good to have you here. And, I'm sure a lot of people have been blessed by your music. But, Tony, before we get into the interview, I just want to let Stacy, we had 2 winners, by the way. For the name of the book, we have a winner. Her name is Irma Smith.
No relation.
No relation. And she got the answer correctly. The title of the book is Battle Tested. And our second winner is Princess Diane Benjamin Dean for the what was it? The ball that Dr. Pollard spoke about, and that was Wrecking Ball. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you will enjoy reading this book. And continue to watch the Sax Interpretations. This is going to be a regular right here on Facebook and also on YouTube. Now back to you, Tony.
No, back to you, Delroy. So when's your book coming out, brother? When's your book coming out?
Bro, I don't know. It's gonna be years. I hope not, but hey.
Okay.
Courtney has been telling me for years to write a book. You got to be ready for these things. I'm not quite there yet.
Oh, okay. All right. It's all good. It's all good in God's time, man.
No, Tony, I know, man.
Sir.
Listen, you have been doing this music thing on the saxophone for over 40 years.
Yes, sir.
What has the experience been all these years? Are you still very passionate about it? And what does it do for you after all these years?
Absolutely. When I play, I feel something inside. God has blessed me with this talent. I can't do anything else. I can't sing a note. I'll leave it up to Mel Holden and Kevin Moore for that. But God has blessed me with this musical talent. I don't take it for granted. So I don't care if there's 1 or 1,000 people out there to listen to my music ministry. It doesn't matter. So I'm always feeling good after playing my horn here for so many people. And I'm glad there's a lot of people here online that are actually watching this. So shout out to Courtney Fadlin for putting this together, and for you, Delroy, for being here and hosting it. I mean, I see a lot of people, my followers here, or on the page following here on Facebook. So I just want to shout them out real quick. Thank you, Eileen, Kevin Moore, fantastic saxophonist, or saxophonist, as you say, Delroy, out there in California. Mel Holder's in the house. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate that. Ron Scala. These are all friends from my gospel jazz program on WFDU, and of course, my retro soul program that I host every Wednesday, Friday, now Saturday. So later on tonight, it'll be all smooth soul slow jams, old school soul slow jams. So I want to shout them out. Felicia is in the house. Sunshine. Thank you, Courtney, once again. Let's see who else is in here. So many people in here today. You even have fans in here. Delroy?
I do.
Felicia, thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Ron Scala. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. And again, I have to commend Courtney for putting a program like this together. And I watched this all-female saxophonist, Sax Interpretations a couple of weeks ago, and that was amazing. Great job by the females. So now we have to bring some young people on. And Courtney, he has some kids back there, his children in there. So he's got to put the young people up next. All right. I'm just saying.
Yes, I agree with that.
Hey, listen, I like to have fun. I like to let everything out. So everybody relax, have a good time. Music is about love. Love is about music. So don't be caught up so much on the negativity. Stay positive. And I appreciate all the other saxophonists that are here tonight to bring joy and comfort to their ears and to their souls. So once again, I want to thank you for having me today.
Certainly. Now, over the years, you have performed with a whole lot of artists. Of all the artists that you've performed with or shared stages with, which one sticks out to you the most?
I would have to say Tremaine Hawkins. Tremaine Hawkins, I had to put together a band and a choir to back her up. Her manager contacted me and says, you need to get some right people because Tremaine is difficult, all right? She's a perfectionist, trust me. Oh. So when she walked in, you would know it was Tremaine Hawkins. She walked up and said, who are you? So my name's Tony. I said, oh, okay. And you didn't know it was her until sound check was ready for her to walk in. She walked in, same lady, dressed down and everything. And she hit it like that. She didn't have to actually teach us anything, the musicians and the singers. And once she finished her sound check, she came up to me and says, "This is the very first time I've never had to direct choir, direct musicians. So I wanted to commend you for doing what you did behind the scenes before I got here." And she wanted to take me and the band and the singers to her next event that was happening in Virginia that Saturday. But I said, she'd have let me know early. I would have hooked everything up. But that was probably my most memorable experience with the amount of people that I've performed with over the years. But, you know, I'm a down-to-earth person, very humble, so it doesn't matter who they may be. But I'm always looking forward to ministering to who may want to listen to my music. And Frida's down there. Frida Gardner, you still in there? She's down there in Virginia too. So shout out to Virginia. Yes.
Yes, Tony's one of the most humble guys I've known over these years. And now that he's rocking that BB Winans look, he should be singing, right?
Come on, don't get jealous. Come on. Delroy, don't be jealous, man.
Well, Tony, we want to say thank you once again. Now you're going to be performing "Oh Happy Day."
Yes, sir.
Next number, take it away.
All right, you got it. And I'm using a secret weapon too. You know what that is?
Oh, not sure.
You don't know? All right, you about to find out, bro. You about to find out.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
I'll be over here.
We need your help.
What can you do?
Like Courtney's Facebook page by searching for Fadlin the Sax Man,
Subscribe to his YouTube channel by searching for Courtney Fadlin.
and connect with him on Instagram by searching for Courtney Fadlin.
Do all three and have at least 10 of your friends do the same.
So get your device and go to Facebook, YouTube and Instagram and like, subscribe and connect with Courtney Fadlin.
Do it now, and don't wait until later.
That's right. Connect, like, and subscribe right now.
Welcome back to Sax Interpretations. I'm Delroy. And just before we go any further, let me, by the way, Irma Smith, and also, let me get her name here, Princess Diane Benjamin Dean. We would love for you to send us an email so that we can, with your contact information, so that we know where to send the books that you've just won. The email address to which you're going to be sending your message or your contact information is Fadlin, Fadlin .giveaway @gmail.com. Let me repeat that. Fadlin, Fadlin .giveaway, or this should be giveaway or giveaway. Well, it's showing me giveaway, so I'm thinking it's probably giveaway @gmail.com. We will work on correcting that before we end the program. So once again, Princess Diane Benjamin Dean and Irma Smith, please reach out. Or you can inbox Courtney from his webpage, Court Sax. What's it again? Someone help me out here. I can't seem to remember. Yeah, we'll fill you in with the rest of the information as we go. Stacy Ann?
Everyone, and we're glad that you all are with us once again here at Sax Interpretations on this Saturday evening. We are loving seeing all of you out there on social media. Keep commenting. We're glad that you're hanging out with us this evening. Of course, we are keeping the program going. That email is fadlin.giveaway @gmail.com. So it's fadlin.giveaway @gmail.com. So we want those winners to make sure you send in your information so we can get in touch with you, so you can win your books. We have more giveaways throughout the evening, so we're very excited about that. So you all keep in touch and hang with us. Hope you're enjoying all of this great music. Of course, Courtney Fadlin himself will be coming on later this evening, so we're looking forward to that. But next, we have Sheldon Palmer. Delroy, you're going to introduce Sheldon for us?
All right, Sheldon Palmer. We first were introduced to Sheldon Palmer. I believe it was on the first Sax Interpretation. Sheldon Palmer is a native of Jamaica, West Indies, and he has accomplished a lot over the years, including Grammy Award nominations. And he has performed with the likes of Morgan Heritage and Marcia Griffiths, among so many other artists. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Sheldon Palmer. Oh my goodness, Sheldon, what's up, my brother? Oh my goodness, Sheldon, are you hearing me?
Yo, what's going on?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Man, it's always a pleasure. This is my second time hearing you perform on this program, and it's indeed a pleasure an honor to have you on once again. One of the things I concluded about you when we first spoke was that you are a very humble, down-to-earth guy. What was your upbringing like?
My upbringing?
Yes.
In terms of what? In terms of
how you were raised, because a lot of times we can for me, for example, I can tell the humility in a person given the way that he or she was raised. I can assume that you came from a very loving home, a musical home nonetheless. What was it like growing up?
What was it like growing up? I grew up with my mom and dad and two brothers, Nigel and Prince. So my dad is a church organist, and my brother is a music teacher. My mother is a teacher, and my other brother Prince, he sings too. And so I grew up in the church. So music was always there for me. So I was just engraved in music, really. Didn't really do much other than get a lot of whoopings from my mom when I'm not into music. Yeah, but it's pretty much that's it.
All right. Over the years, you've performed with a whole lot of, stellar artists in the reggae music genre. And you've also been nominated for, 3 Grammy Awards? I know that a lot of times with these accomplishments come a lot of pressure. Have you ever felt any pressure, be it from your peers or just in general, because of your music?
No. I kind of have the personality where I do what I want to do when I want to do it. So
I
and
kind of pick that up.
whatever people say when they say, it doesn't really affect me. I don't really hear what people say, anyways.
I
I'm
hear
just
that.
I'm just that person. So I mean, I affect people in a positive way, I guess. Maybe they look at me and they admire and say, "Man, this guy's been doing some great work." But other than that, I mean, I just stick to my roots, which is what my parents taught me at home and my life, pretty much.
Awesome. Well, you're going to perform another song for us, which is the 23rd Psalm. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, Sheldon Palmer.
It's absolutely free for you to like, subscribe and connect with Courtney Fadlin on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Grab your device and like Courtney's Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube and connect with him on Instagram. Do it now and have your friends do it too.
What's up? The App Haven online radio app for Android is the hottest radio app to hit the market. Download it now from the Google Play Store.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Sax Interpretations. We want to say a big thank you going out to Sheldon Palmer and his guest, Dean Frazier. That was really, really nice. Thank you so much.
Yes, it was indeed. You know what? I don't know about you, Stacy, but I'm enjoying the program this evening. Again.
I am. I can sit back and listen to this music all night long.
I know.
Such great music. And big shouts out to everyone who is joining us on social media. I'm getting messages in, people saying, hey, we see you. And we're glad that you're out there. I want you all to know we have some more giveaways. Let's give away a CD.
Yes.
All right. Come on, Delroy.
Yeah, Leighton Kennedy, who performed earlier, has been gracious enough to give us some CDs for giveaway. And you know, one of the questions we're going to be asking you right now: where is Leighton from? Where is Leighton from?
So you all know you have to go answer on Courtney's Facebook page or either his YouTube link. So head on over there. You all answer so you can win. This is so exciting.
Yes, it is.
And you have to make sure that you contact us to give us your information. So Leighton has performed in multiple sax interpretation concerts. Where is he from? That's the trivia question this evening.
Yes.
So while people are answering, I am so very excited for our next artist that is coming up, Mr. Dan St. Marseille. Am I pronouncing your last name right?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Okay, good. Welcome, welcome. And we're going to actually interview you with Courtney a little bit later, but I want everybody to know that he's an internationally recognized artist. He's a master teacher and artist, and we are just excited to have you here this evening, Dan. So we look forward to your music, and then we'll come back and talk with you a little more.
Thank you.
All right, that was beautiful. Thank you, Professor. Come on now, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And Courtney is joining us. Hi, Courtney, welcome. How are you?
He looks great. I have to tell you, he looks sharp, but he shouldn't play sharp, right? Right, Mr. Fadlin?
We need a little more mic from you, Courtney. We're not hearing your mic. All right, turn your the actual microphone on. Is that it?
You know, that would have helped.
He is a professional, you know.
I was like, I'm turning. Woo!
I'm just here for the comments.
Yeah.
So welcome. Thanks for joining us, Courtney.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So you know Dan so much better than I do. I was reading Dan's bio and I'm like, oh my goodness, who is this man?
Yeah.
And then he plays for us this evening and was like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah. Repeat that again for me.
I said I was reading his bio.
Okay.
And I was like, who is this man? And then he comes on and plays and I'm like, okay, this explains it.
Yeah. Well, you know, Dan was my professor for 2 years at California Baptist University in California, of course. Awesome sax player, awesome person. I learned about him maybe about 5 years ago from a friend of mine, Karen Heslop.
Yes.
And, you know, so when I decided to go to Cal Baptist, I went on campus and he said, you know, Dan was teaching there, but he left and but he should be coming back. And I remember he sent me a text and he said, you know, Dan is going to be teaching again at Cal Baptist. So, but from the offset, we get along pretty nicely. And of course, not because the school says California Baptist University, but, you know, I've met some awesome persons there. Dan was one of them that, you know, would pray with you. he wasn't a soft professor, so he would get to me. He's like, "Hey, I know you have a family. You're late with this assignment, but but this." And he worked with me, and it was a good thing. I really enjoyed my 2 years in California, and I must say California was one of my spots. But it was truly a pleasure hooking up with him, and I think we have bonded pretty well and lifelong friendship.
Certainly. Thank you, Courtney.
You're welcome.
And Dan, so in reading through your bio, I see that you've done so many fantastic things. I'm interested to find out, what was your start in music? How did you get introduced to the instruments that you love so much, primarily the saxophone and the clarinet?
Yeah. Well, when I was a young boy, I grew up in a musical family. My father was an accomplished opera singer, and his uncle, my great uncle, was a clarinetist. And he passed away, unfortunately, when I was a young boy. But because my dad was a musician, the family felt that, let's give the clarinets to Fred, my father, and then Daniel could learn the clarinet. So I started the clarinet when I was 9. And by the time I was 10, I was hooked. And I just remember thinking, I laugh about it now, but I had big dreams to become the next Benny Goodman on clarinet.
Okay.
So, I studied, and I was able to study with some really fine teachers. When I got to college, we were getting into bands like Weather Report and Jaco Pastorius, and the clarinet wasn't quite cutting it. So my roommate recommended saxophone, which I took up and studied also. So I went on to study it formally at college and get degrees. But that was my start, coming from a musical family. And my mother loved jazz music, and I'm happy to say that that's kind of my focus, and I teach jazz history, and it's my life now.
That is fantastic. And I know that when we were talking offline, you were telling me that you also had a really interesting chance to travel and perform on a cruise ship.
Oh, well, when I was figuring out how to make money in this game, and I was in my early 20s, I got a job playing in a dance band on a cruise ship.
Okay.
A lot of fun. And
yes.
And it was a time, it was a 9-piece band. A lot of the musicians that were on that band went on to play with the Ray Charles Orchestra and Woody Herman Band. And we were all young, but it was a great opportunity to play every night and get paid to do something that we loved.
Great. Thank you. And I wanted you to tell everybody, what is the name of your album, Dan?
Well, my recent album is Invitation, and it features a brilliant Brazilian trumpet player. Sadly, we lost him recently. His name's Claudio Roditi. And Claudio came here back in the 70s to play with Dizzy Gillespie's United Nations Orchestra. We just lost him. But it also features a pianist named Bill Cunliffe, Roger Shue on bass, and actually one of the drummers from the Ray Charles Orchestra, Paul Krybick. And that's been out now for a couple years, and you can find it on Amazon.
Great. And we can find all your albums on Amazon.
Amazon or Apple iTunes. I have several. I have a clarinet CD out. I have a few.
Great. Thank you. And Courtney, you had some questions for him?
What were your thoughts on the first time I called you up and I said, I would love for you to be in this concert? What were your thoughts on this?
Well, the first thing I thought was, I love you, Courtney.
Yeah.
And, when you came to my studio, you were already a fully formed musician. And I just feel it, I had to pray about it quite a bit. And I found a way to connect with you. And I have to tell you, you were an outstanding student. So I have the utmost respect for you. And with that in mind, when you called, I said, sure, I'll play. In listening to what's going on, I didn't know that I probably should have prepared some kind of a backing track or whatever. But I'm used to playing a cappella. And so anything you'd ask me to do, I'm happy to do it. And I just feel like, we need to share our talents, our God-given talents, to keep them to ourselves and not to spread joy and love that God gives us through our music is almost sinful. So for me, it's a joy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I have one question here I would like to ask you. Said, what are your thoughts and what would you ask? That's not what I want to ask. What advice would you give to saxophone students out there, or professionals? Because even as professionals, as you were saying, that I came as an accomplished musician, but I learned so much. I did a lot of classical music, which I enjoy it so much. Personally, there are some players would be against doing classical music, and classical music is very important. And you're an accomplished jazz musician as well as a classical saxophonist and clarinetist as well. And I really enjoyed my time. So, what advice would you give to someone? Maybe they want to prepare to come to Cal Baptist, or they just want to improve their playing. What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, I would say I believe in diversity. I mean, the whole universe is diverse, and nature loves diversity. And so, with that, all my life, I've always felt that music should be a holistic endeavor. To just be focusing on one thing could be valuable, yes. And of course, I do play jazz, but I think there's a lot to be learned from all different styles of music. And I think from a pedagogical standpoint, from the foundation of playing the instrument, you would be well served by putting yourself in the environment of like a wind ensemble or a band and learning how to blend with other instruments. But also, you have to learn to let it rip. You know, I'm hearing these incredible saxophonists on your show today, and they all just have their very personal sound, which something like jazz allows us to do. I mean, that's sort of the African-American folk tradition of just having, you know, your own personal sound and imitating sounds in nature or the human voice on your instrument. And saxophone is very close to that. So I would say studying classical music is great, but also you should embrace jazz music. If you want to come to CBU, what I'm looking for is somebody who's motivated to work and has an open heart and the humility, because we have to self-reflect all the time in all aspects of our life, to have the self-reflection and humility to want to grow and get better. Like you, when you came here, I mean,
like you were saying, you wish if you had a track, but I love the way you played because it shows a difference, because not every sax player or vocalist can actually go and sing a cappella with you playing and using the chord structure and everything, you could hear it. So personally, I appreciate it. And I know a lot of musicians that are watching right now would appreciate that. So as you said, diversity. So I love it. So when I heard you weren't going to use any backing track, I was like, I'm looking forward to this because this is something that I need to do myself. So I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that.
Well, I'm just trying to tell a story of the harmony of the music, you know, and that's the goal with beautiful rhythms, if I can.
Okay. Can you give us a number where persons can call you? Because you might have a few students here that want to come and do their bachelor's or master's at Cal Baptist. So please share that information.
Okay.
Can
we see that information? We're going to get that and put it up. It's a little small, but I see his office. Yeah, we're going to put it up we'll put it up on the site.
I'll give you, my office number is 951 area code here in the United States, 552-8367.
And that's Professor Dan St. Marseille. And if you can't remember, just drop me an email, send me a message, and I could, because I've been recruiting, trying to get persons to go to Cal Baptist. It was an awesome experience, and I would say it in my sleep.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you. And Dan has 2 more songs that he's going to share with us. And I agree with Courtney. I was glad to hear that you will be playing without accompaniment this evening. We're so glad that you're with us. And here we are.
Okay.
Dan St. Marseille.
Okay. Thank you very much.
It's absolutely free for you to like, subscribe and connect with Courtney Fadlin on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Grab your device and like Courtney's Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube and connect with him on Instagram. Do it now and have your friends do it too.
Welcome back to Sax
welcome.
Interpretations. Stacy, let me tell you something. There seemed to be a common thread with saxophonists. It seemed to me as if most of them started off playing the clarinet. In our previous program, have you realized that?
I did notice that. Now, I have to brag a little bit. I played the clarinet for 12 years.
Oh, for real?
Yes, that was my instrument when I was in elementary school and into high school.
So any plans in maybe picking up the saxophone?
What? I can barely play the clarinet now. I actually found it when my parents were moving. I found my clarinet in their attic. So maybe I'll pick it back up. But no, I'm not that good anymore. But I was good at one time.
Awesome. Let me take a moment to also say thanks to Dan Marseille. I really enjoy that.
Me too.
Oftentimes we hear the saxophone with music, but to really hear it on its own, in its own pure form, that was beautiful. It really was.
And he's
beautiful.
such an accomplished musician. And I love when musicians in particular then go back and teach others. I just think that is just such a blessing.
It's a
so
wonderful
thank you
thing.
very much going out to Dan. And he clearly has had a profound effect on Courtney. So thank you very much, Professor. Also, we have a winner.
Oh, we do?
Yes. It looks like the winner for the last question, Haldane Henry. I know Haldane. Hey, he won the last question. So he got his CD from Leighton. So cool. Very cool. Congratulations, Haldane Henry. Glad to know that you're out there watching us. Love to you and the family. And remember to send in your information to fadlin.giveaway@gmail.com. Okay, that's fadlin.giveaway@gmail.com.
And before I introduce Leighton Kennedy, who is next on the program, we have one more giveaway, another giveaway.
Okay,
We said
let's
it was
give it
one.
away.
It was 3 CDs, right? So this is going to
Yes.
be giveaway number, giveaway, 2 more giveaways. So this next question, including this concert, how many Sax Interpretations did Leighton Kennedy perform in? If you know the answer to that, hey, hit us up.
All right.
Let me repeat that just in case someone missed it. Including this concert, how many Sax Interpretations have Leighton Kennedy performed in? Take it away. All right. So, Leighton, I have known Leighton for a number of years. And one of the things that I can say, anyone who knows me know that humility, people who are humble, does a lot for me. You know, I just like being around humble people. But I think I mentioned this in the last concert that we did, that I've known Leighton for a number of years, never had an idea that he played the saxophone until he dropped an album back in, was it 2018, I believe?
2012.
2012. Wow.
I did another one in
Okay, awesome. And, it has always been a joy just speaking with him. I always encourage him to go into radio because he has that radio voice, but somehow he keeps sticking to the saxophone. But hopefully one of these days we'll get him into radio. But Leighton is a graduate of Atlantic Union College and in Massachusetts, and he is also a nurse by profession. Leighton, can you tell us why nursing as opposed to just straight music?
Wow, because that's a place where I felt like I was called to be. You know, I like caring for people. I like being able to share people's experience. I like seeing when people experience healing. But there's also a draw even to music because that same thing happens as well. I see that there's a crossover with both of those things. So, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we need a little more volume on your mic.
All right. Please. Yeah. Sorry about that. So
great.
Yeah, there's a crossover with nursing and music for me, where I just feel like there's a healing experience that people experience when the right music, when it strikes the right chord, when it touches the right note, and it gives an experience for people. It gives them a memory of maybe a song that they've known, for a long time, or maybe it's just the melody that just puts them in the right place. So I feel like even though I've chosen nursing, music has been a part of my life, and I believe that there's a nursing aspect to music too.
Awesome. Well, right now we're going to listen to one of my personal favorite tracks from your 2012 release, Holy Thine. After that, I'm going to ask you another question, my brother. Take it away.
Bless you, man.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Leighton, one final question before you go into your next song. You have performed before President Barack Obama. What was that experience like?
I didn't look at him the entire time.
Were you nervous?
I was. It was kind of surreal, to be honest. But I was really kind of trying to focus in on what I was supposed to be doing, and that was really about the ministry of the music. And I was really hoping that not only did it connect with him and he and his family, but also that it connected with everyone else who was in the church. But it's kind of weird when you have dignitaries, come into a place where you're supposed to play. Church was interesting because it seemed like people forgot the reverence aspect for the service. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it was just an interesting experience. I just wanted to, keep within myself and just be calm and really focus on the message of the song. So I believe I did that.
Awesome.
But yeah, I just didn't look at him.
Great. Now you're going to be performing your second song, Lamb of God.
Actually, no. We
You've
had a change
it?
up. Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually going to be Jesus Christ is the way.
All right.
He
Great.
is the way.
Jesus
It's absolutely free for you to like, subscribe, and connect with Courtney Fadlin on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Grab your device and like Courtney's Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, and connect with him on Instagram. Do it now and have your friends do it too.
Are you looking for dependable service and the lowest cost for all your construction and road service needs? If so, contact us at 592-231-5876 or 592-675-6647. Those numbers again, 592-231-5876 or 592-675-6647.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Sax Interpretations. And thank you going out to Leighton Kennedy. I do want to say that we have another winner. Congratulations to Andrea Hamilton. Andrea, you won the CD, so thank you very much for answering the trivia question. And don't forget to email fadlin.giveaway@gmail.com, fadlin.giveaway@gmail.com, so we can get your information and we can send that CD out to you. I do want to remind everyone to make sure that you're following Courtney on all the platforms. Remember to donate to his ministry and all the ministries that have, touched your heart this evening. For so many musicians, let's just be real, you guys, for so many musicians during this COVID time, they're not able to travel. They're still trying to minister. So, follow your heart. If you're able to give a little something, give Courtney a little love on Cash App. All of his information is going along on the ticker. So just show him some love if you can. And we're going to be hearing more from Courtney really soon. But first, we've got David Byass. He is here with us this evening. David, thank you so much for joining us. David, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Hi. And David, you're a lifelong musician. So started playing the saxophone or the piano at age 5 and the saxophone at age 10. Yep. And you come from a musical family. You're Courtney's cousin. So clearly you all have some, music is in the genes.
Yeah. Almost all of our family either plays or sings or some combination of the two. But yeah, I started off really early, just kind of banging on the piano, and my parents got tired of hearing the noise and decided to get me into lessons instead, and I kind of went from there.
Okay.
Sorry?
No, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I was saying, as far as saxophone goes, I remember growing up and being taken to some of Courtney's early concerts, and it was definitely an eye-opening thing for me. And from that point on, I decided that it was an instrument I wanted to try. So I picked it up, and from when I started, pretty much been going ever since.
So what made you decide to, make music a career? And I see you went to CUC, Washington Adventist, University. That's where I graduated. So whoop, whoop, big shouts out.
Music has just always been a really big part of my life. And so between having different family members encourage me, having private teachers encourage me, by the time I got to the point of going to college, it was pretty much the only path I saw for myself. It really wasn't a matter of trying to decide. It was what I knew I wanted to do. So I just kind of pushed forward with that.
Okay, great. So we look forward to hearing your first song. Ladies and gentlemen, David Byass. Amen. Amen. A change has come over me. Thank you for that, David.
Thank you.
So you've been teaching for the last 7 years. How has that been for you? Something that you love so much, being able to share it with others. How's that been?
It has definitely been a very interesting experience. It's not something I initially wanted to do. I actually kind of got dragged into doing it, but since I've done it, it's become such a part of my life that, especially with everything being shut down now with COVID, it's something I miss a lot.
Okay.
And definitely enjoy working with my students. I started in elementary, middle school. I'm working with high school students now, and just being able to work with them and put together all the music and watch them grow has definitely been a blessing for me.
And do you have students that you see and you're like, this kid has it?
Oh no, for sure. I definitely have had at least one or two of those students each year that there's so much talent there. It's a lot easier for me. I just kind of guide it as opposed to having to build it all up. So I've definitely been thankful for some of the students I've had in my different groups with band or choir and such. It definitely has been a very fulfilling experience.
Wonderful. So your next song is very interesting because I hear that you're playing all the parts. It's a quartet and you're playing all the parts.
Yeah, I've seen people do those type of posts, and I said I want to try it for myself. And again, seeing and working with my own students, it gave me the desire, I guess, to try and get back into that ensemble type feel. So I couldn't meet other people. I decided just to do it on my own.
Nice. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us this evening. And your song is A Quiet Place. Thank you very much, David. Good talking to you.
We need your help.
What can you do?
Like Courtney's Facebook page by searching for Fadlin the Sax Man.
Subscribe to his YouTube channel by searching for Courtney Fadlin.
And connect with him on Instagram by searching for Courtney Fadlin.
Do all three and have at least 10 of your friends do the same.
So get your device and go to Facebook, YouTube and Instagram and like, subscribe and connect with Courtney Fadlin.
Do it now, and don't wait until later.
That's right. Connect, like, and subscribe right now.
Discover the soothing sounds of gospel jazz saxophonist Courtney Fadlin as he takes you to a place of peace and tranquility with his beautiful music. His catalog of albums includes Center of My Joy, I Believe, Another Chance, The Next Chapter, Hymnology 1 and 2, The Journey, and Still Standing. To purchase Courtney Fadlin's albums, contact bookings at CourtneyFadlin.com. Also available as digital downloads from most digital outlets.
It's absolutely free for you to like, subscribe, and connect with Courtney Fadlin on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Grab your device and like Courtney's Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, and connect with him on Instagram. Do it now and have your friends do it too.
Welcome back, everyone. So glad that you are here with us. Hope you all are enjoying this music as much as we, the hosts, are. Delroy, I know that you're enjoying this good music.
Most definitely. It's actually putting me to sleep because there's something about music that when it hits you, you either go to sleep or you dance to it. Because I'm hosting, I can't dance right now, but you get it. But
I feel nice and relaxed.
Exactly.
I started out the evening with a headache, but this music has been so soothing. So I really am appreciating it. And I'm glad to know that everybody out there on social media, you all are having a good time as well.
Most definitely. Before we go any further, I would just like to acknowledge our graphic designer who's been putting out these awesome flyers that you guys have been seeing. His name is Keon Phillips.
All
So I
right.
can just say, hey, Keon, you've been doing a great job. And I just want to take a moment to, give you a shout out.
Yes, thank you. Those have been great.
Yes.
We have Courtney. We see he's setting up. Hi, Courtney. Welcome again.
Thank you.
And we're so excited. First of all, Courtney, what was the inspiration behind Sax Interpretations? What made you say, let me put this together?
Well, it started out the first concert we had. It started out as just as a concert, Courtney and friends.
Yeah.
Pastor Morris said, "Why don't you try doing a concert because it's going to be the norm, So I called up a few friends. My first friend I called was Denise Shepherd in London, and I said, Denise, would you like to come and let us do a concert? I invited a few more friends, and then I invited a few more friends. And then I thought right after that concert that I should do all saxophones and call my buddy Delroy. And we came up and we said, Sax Interpretations. I said, well, I'm going to have different sax players coming on. And what better name to give it? Sax Interpretations. Everyone coming on with their different colors,
Right.
And it's just blossomed into something beautiful, so I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're doing this because a lot of people are, enjoying it and having a good time here on Saturday night. We don't have a lot else to do, so we just appreciate you. So we're going to head on into your first song this evening. What is it going to be?
My technician went to take care of the kids.
Okay.
So, I need your spirit to fall on me.
All right.
Let it fall.
Your spirit, I want your spirit fall. Spirit to fall fresh on me. The spirit to give me the strength I need. When I fall on my knees, I know that you will rescue me. I need your Holy Spirit down in my soul.
right, Courtney. Come
Oh,
on
yeah.
now, brother. We're feeling that one. Thank you for that. Thank you. I know. I
You
was
know
singing
what?
along. I had to make
You
sure
know
my
what?
mic was muted.
I know, right?
No, you should have been singing along. Yeah.
I remember that song back in the day, man. You know,
Daryl Coley.
yeah, I love the spin that you put
Yeah.
on this song, man.
Yeah, my buddy in Jamaica, I
No,
called him
like-
up. I call up Alex Martin, who was on a few weeks ago. He's one of my producers out of Jamaica, and I call him. I said, Alex, I want you to do this song for me. And then I called Denise. It was on Thursday. I said, Denise, can you put some background vocals? She said, Courtney, I was just about to go through the door. And, so thank you, Alex. Thank you, Denise. Oh man, it's amazing. I just want God's spirit to just fall on me. You know, every week we're doing these productions, and it takes a lot of time. This morning I didn't think I would have the strength to really play because I was feeling pretty ill from early on. So I was lying down until maybe after 1. So it was an ideal song to play. I want your spirit, you know.
Yes, it lifts the spirit.
And, you know, as just want to share this week is just so much going on in our world. Some of you know that I was born in Guyana, South America. And I grew up in Jamaica as well. So I call myself a Guy Jamaican.
Okay.
And when I look at the situations that's taking place in the United States and in Guyana, so that's the reason for me choosing these songs. And I just want to encourage the people that keep praying. You know, there might be persons here who are not from a Christian background, but they're just here listening to music. But I just want them to understand where we're coming from as Christians. And I feel the need to just pray for my people. It's just a burden. I realize that we are fighting for money. We're fighting for oil. And I look at it as like, you know what? Pretty soon we're going to pass, you know. And when you die, you can't take that big house with you. You can't take that fancy car unless we get some, what's that thing again? No, you can't put a house. What is it? You have when you make a replicate of the house, a small one. What's the word? Yeah. Well, you have a model. So we could put a model home or a model car in your casket. And so we have to be careful. And I just want people to spread love to each other. Yeah, man.
Courtney, I have a question for you. I know you've been at this for a very long time. And I know sometimes the support isn't there, but thank God we're getting a lot of support today. There's been so many comments. I started reading them. It's just a whole long list of comments. But as a Christian musician, we know that a lot of times we do not get support from home.
Mm-hmm.
The support tend to come from people that we don't necessarily know, but who
Right.
appreciate what we do. What has your experience been over the years? You know, staying true to the fact that you're a Christian musician, staying true to who you are as a human being, and what has your experience been over the years from a support standpoint, if you wish to elaborate on that?
It's I can't complain and say that it's all been bad. Being a musician, being a Christian musician that does the Christian music, or a musician that works on just jazz music, whatever it is a challenging area for one to go into. So sometimes when our parents don't want us to go into music, it's not that they think that it's not a beautiful thing, but the amount of time and money that you have to spend in getting yourself to another level. I've had some rough times, which I'm not gonna elaborate on, but you and I know this. You know, I talk about it all the time with my friends, and I could laugh. You and I could laugh, Delroy. We could laugh, and I said, you know, traveling from Massachusetts and different places with CDs in your car, and you're not selling your CDs. And I remember I have to share this one. You know, I don't know if I shared it before, but I was in Florida a few years ago. I was at a Haitian church, and a Haitian gentleman came up to me and he said, "Are you Haitian?" He said, "You don't sound Haitian." I said, "No, I'm not Haitian, but I grew up with a lot of Haitians and stuff. I have relatives who are from Haiti and good friends." And he said, you play well and stuff like that. So I said, well, I have 8 albums, and you can check out one afterwards. And after the service, my CDs were all set up, and the gentleman was coming over to check out my table, and his wife, I can see his wife just pulling him away. And I smiled, and I felt bad for the guy because he really wanted to come over. So people think it really hard to spend $15 or $10 on, if you have a sale and you spend it for $10 on CDs. So what keeps me going, I felt that God has put in my spirit to do music, and what has encouraged me over the years is persons saying, that song that you played blessed my heart. My sister was sick, my brother was sick, and that song that you recorded, or that song that you play in church on Sabbath, or that song that you play in church on Sunday really blessed my spirit. And that's what keeps me going. I have friends like Nisha Walcott and Andre Campbell, people who keep saying, man, hey, man, you're doing an awesome job, And so while there's bad, there's good, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Sticking to what you believe and keep prayerful and keep going,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Stacy?
Courtney, I hear that you have a CD to give away.
I have a few CDs. Well, first, I want to recognize we have fans from all around the world, and I have a fan that she seems to be the first to comment and the first to jump on. Okay. Claudia Bravo, right, from the UK. And
all right, Claudia.
I want to give Claudia a CD or a download, right, of one of my albums. So I want to give that. And we have a couple of questions too. Mark, I can't even see my questions.
I have the list of questions.
You want to share that? Okay.
Yes. So
all right. So I see the first one.
The biblical man that had an orchestra.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I didn't know the answer to this one. I have to tell you. I was like, what? So who knows the answer? The biblical man that had an orchestra. So y'all hit us up. Let us know at Fadlin the Sax Man on Facebook, or on Courtney Fadlin on YouTube. You all get those answers out there. How many questions are we going to ask? All of them?
I'm going to ask a few because I'm feeling like I want to give some folks some.
You're going to bless some folks.
Yeah, tonight. I'm going to bless some folks. Bless some folks.
Okay, can you see the questions?
So the next question, you repeat the same question, or you want a new question?
We want a new one.
Okay. It is used to open doors. So these are all music related now. Yeah. So musicians, I don't even want you to come and cheat. Give someone a chance, all right?
Yeah. So Delroy, you have another question?
Yes, I do actually. Courtney, if you were not playing the saxophone, what would your other career be?
I would have probably been a farmer. I wanted to be into farming, and I also love sports. I was a track star in Jamaica, so I wanted to do physical education. I wanted to train folks on the track, and that is, that was my dream, to become a big track star. Right. So I think training, being a physical education teacher.
And he was pretty good back in the day, and the farming thing. Let me tell you guys something. Courtney can eat. I don't know if he still does, but
no. You see,
when we were
not anymore.
In school, Courtney could eat. Every stop we make, Courtney would eat. And so the farming thing makes sense, because the way you eat, bro, you have to farm your own food to keep up.
The countryman said heat and heat and heat.
All right. Yeah. I have one more trivia question I want to throw in there. Without it, a check is not valid. Without it, a check is not valid. Remember, these are all music related. So we have, the first question we have is the biblical man that had an orchestra. If you have that answer, who is the biblical man that had an orchestra? The second question is, it is used to open doors. What is it? It's used to open doors. And then the third question is, without it, a check is not valid. What is it? All right. So get those answers out there on Fadlin the Sax Man on Facebook, or Courtney Fadlin on YouTube, and we'll announce those winners very soon. All right, Courtney, you have another song for us while we wait for those winners?
Okay. Yeah, let me just get this here for you.
right?
So I was just checking. Some persons are saying my track was low.
Okay.
So they wanted me to turn up my track a bit. So I'll see.
Right.
Alrighty. What is
What's
next
the
song I'm
song?
playing? And no need to worry.
Oh,
All right, we need
We're
that.
going way back.
my favorite all time song.
Stay prayed up, people. Stay prayed up. Stay blessed. Okay.
Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. It will be all over in the morning. Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. It will be all over in the morning. What the night is gonna bring. It will be all over in the
Yeah, it's gonna be all over in the morning.
Yes, you know,
Sorry, my mic was muted.
I realize that. That's one of those songs that will always, for me personally, that song always does something to me when I hear it. Because when you've been through a lot in your life, and sometimes you feel that you're the only one who believes in you. I remember when I was going through a lot and I heard that song. That song was released like just at the right time. It ministers to me. And every time I hear that song, I get chills all over again as if it was like the first time I'm hearing it again. So thank you very much, Courtney, for presenting this song today.
You're
Yes,
welcome. You're
thank
welcome.
you. And we have two winners. We
Okay.
have Jerry Ferguson got the answer key. That's what opens the door.
Yeah.
And CC Chris got signature. That's what a check needs to make it valid.
Yes, Auntie Jerry.
So,
Big up yourself in Canada.
so nobody seems to know the biblical man that had an orchestra. Nobody
I
knows
don't
the answer to
either.
that one.
Do you know? Do you know, Stacy?
I didn't know it. I
So-
can see the answer, but I did not know it previously.
Andre Campbell, Pastor Campbell, I'm going to bring you out on this. Or
Come on,
is
brother Andre. Come
Pastor
on,
Senior
Pastor.
Campbell watching? You know the answer? I give you
My
a few.
dad might be watching.
Yeah, if he's watching, he could, help out the young buds, But before we go, I just want to thank you guys for hosting. Awesome job as usual. Thank all the participants, all the artists that came on. And just want to give a big shout out to Mark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
is
Thank
awesome.
you, Mark. Thanks to his family. Thanks to my family for being patient, and Stacy, your family as well, and for Delroy and leaving work and every day and trying to put things together.
Tired.
To all our to all our fans watching in Guyana, in Trinidad, and Barbados, and England, and Canada. Where else? Scott. We're somewhere in Europe, some other European countries I can't even think about right now. But thank you guys for coming on, and the Canadians and shouting out. Thank you guys. So if no one get that answer, you could give it. You could just give them the answer, and we give. Maybe we could come up with something. You could ask another question.
You know what? I want to say thanks again to Dan Marseille, man, because that was beautiful. I've heard a lot of artists over the years, and just the fact that he chose to do it a cappella was such a good thing for me personally. So I just want to say thanks to Don. And to everyone out there who may be watching right now, know that support is important to what Courtney is doing. Financial support, yes, it's great that you watch, but also sow into his ministry as well. Because by sowing into his ministry, he will be able to do a lot more for all of us. So we just want to say thank you once again for your support in advance. Thank you for watching this afternoon. You have been a great audience as always. Thank you.
Thank you. Ali McKay would like to say, you'd like to say something. Oh, just before Ali McKay and Caleb, next Saturday at 6, we have gospel interpretations, and we have Anointed Veil, who hails from Jamaica but lives in Guyana, and then we have Pastor Sean Sobers out in Guyana. We have Letitia Sylvester out of Barbados. I get you. Caleb McKay wants to say something. So, yeah. Just a minute. And my friend Carlos Lopez out of Massachusetts, Worcester, Massachusetts. And there are two other persons. What the person's name?
Shay from Philadelphia. Her name is Shay. Yeah.
Shay. Okay. And there's someone else I can't remember right now, but we're gonna put the ads up by tomorrow night. So tune in next week. My friend out in Bermuda, Raymond George. We were supposed to have another artist from Bermuda who's Jamaican but lives in Bermuda. Dwayne Foster, but he had some situations, so he wasn't able to perform this evening, so I want to apologize for that. But my kids want to say something. All right, you want to say something? You have to hurry up.
Who was born first? Kayla, please, just do it.
Go ahead.
Kayla,
Say thanks for watching and see you next time.
thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
And tell them your name.
And what's your name?
No, tell them your name.
My name is Kaya.
And what is your name? Okay. This is Caleb and this is Ali McKay. So they wanted to say something. They're not going to sing. They insist they would like to dance. Well, thank you guys again for watching. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great week. And we'll see you guys next week, same time. And this one's going to be Gospel Interpretations with host Dr. Delroy McBean. We want to thank Dr. Wilson again from Oakwood University, Provost of Oakwood University. And thank you, Delroy. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you to your families. God bless you. All the artists out of Jamaica. Dean Frazier, Uncle Dean, big up yourself. Sheldon, Professor Dan St. Marseille, Kadrian out of China. Who else? What am I missing?
Keon, the graphic guy.
Keon Phillips.
Yes.
If you have your graphics to be done, inbox me. I'll get you that information. Tony Smith. Thank you, Tony. Who am I missing? Oh, my cousin, David Byass. Thank you, David. Awesome job. Am I leaving out anyone?
That's about it for now. But guys, before I go, I want to say once again, thank you all for watching and continue to watch. There's a lot more coming up over the next few weeks and months. We appreciate your support. And don't forget, support Courtney Fadlin's ministry. And this has been another edition of Sax Interpretations. Have a great evening, everyone. God bless.